Well, Nick, first of all, welcome to Newcastle United. You're here in the home dressing room. What does it feel like to be here?
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, great to be here. Deal that's come through quite quickly, I think, and yeah, just pleased to get it over the line and finally be here.
What I suppose the obvious question at this point then is what is it that's convinced you to make this move and to do it at this point as well? What is it that's really convinced you that this is the right thing for you to do?
Just everything about the club, really. Ambitious, taking good steps in the right direction. In the recent past, and something for myself that I'd love to be a part of. Really, I say this club. I think maybe underperformed in the past a little bit, and would like to perform better. And ambitions are there to really go to the next level. And it's something that myself, it's really exciting to hopefully be a part of.
You've obviously played here before as well. Tell us a little bit about what you remember from your experiences at St James's so far.
Yeah, I've not won yet, so I'll be looking to change that. But yeah, unbelievable atmosphere. I was just saying to the boys then about playing here at night games, and Saturday afternoon. It's incredible atmosphere, especially it's been behind my goal and not cheering for me. So yeah, I've had the full brunt of it. But I've always enjoyed playing here. So to be able to call it home now is something that I can't wait to get on with.
You've saved a penalty here, haven't you, before?
I have done, yeah. So that balances out not winning, I suppose.
Well, obviously at Burnley you played with Chris Wood, Jeff Hendrick as well. I think Kieran Trippier from England duty. Is there anyone else you know?
Yeah, Callum. We'll see. Callum's been with England as well. So I'm sure he'll remind me how many he scored against me. So I look forward to seeing him on the first day. So
have you had a chance to speak to any of the lads that you know about what you might be able to expect here?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I spent a couple of weeks with Trips only last week. So I obviously was asking him a few questions, and he was obviously telling me everything about lads in the dressing room, atmosphere, home and away. The manager and what he's brought to the club. So yeah, it's something that he really sold to me, and he really spoke incredibly highly of everything that's going on.
I noticed on your Twitter account you retweeted a video of Sir Bobby Robson back in 2018. You don't tweet too much, so
you didn't have to go too far.
You didn't have to go too far back to find
right.
it. But what that obviously means you're quite aware of some of the significant figures here. Tell us a little bit about what you know about the club and what's gone before.
So for Sir Bobby, for myself, I was an Ipswich Town fan growing up, and obviously used to go watch, be a season ticket holder there and watch their games. And Sir Bobby is someone who's a massive part of the history of that football club, and obviously my old man who used to take me down there, who's someone that always spoke it incredibly highly of him and what he'd done for the football club there. And obviously when he moved to Newcastle, it's someone that we as a family followed a little bit because of him, really. So always known kind of Newcastle from the outside as a massive kind of football city, and a team that, or a club that, even when things are going well or not going well, that the fans in the city really stick with the team and try drag them forward with them. So it's something that from the outside, a club that I think everyone would want to be a part of, in regards to having that level of support.
I think it's only about 11, 12, 13 years ago perhaps that you were at college. You're playing for Bury Town. Now you're a Premier League player and an international. For those people who might not know too much about that sort of journey that you've been on in your career so far, tell us a little bit about what's taken you to this point.
Yeah, a different way of doing it, I suppose. Kind of got released from the academy system at 16, and kind of came back in at 19 after a few years at just a college in Bury St Edmunds. And then from Charlton, kind of had 6-7 loan spells, York City, Bury, a lot lower down than that as well, Welling. So yeah, a journey that I'm incredibly proud of, really, to kind of have that as kind of my roots and my my core of kind of my football career, being in kind of the grassroots of football and in the non-league and the lower leagues of football, is something I'm really proud to kind of get to this point and kind of have them experiences behind me. I think they've stood me in really good stead in coming into the Premier League and kind of enjoying the stage that it is.
You mentioned all the sort of non-league loan spells that you had there, Harrow and Welling and Cambridge when they were there, Aldershot. To what extent does that kind of experience that you had then give you a different perspective on the sort of position that you find yourself in now?
Yeah, I think perspective's a massive one because you get used to what kind of that level of football is. Maybe training at a park and getting changed at the stadium, or taking your own packed lunch to training, and the pitch is not being the best. It's just something that levels you, I suppose. And then when you get kind of through the leagues and things improve, you kind of have that really appreciation, having kind of played at that level and had them experiences behind you. But yeah, something that was massive for my career was playing them games and using the loan system to improve myself as a player. Going into new dressing rooms, having new sets of staff, quite regularly to play different styles of football. So it's something that it was a great education for me.
I think there's only now in the Premier League 2 goalkeepers who've kept more clean sheets than you, and that's Edison and Allison, in the last, since possibly I think it's the 2019 to 20 season. So you're coming here in good form. You're coming here at probably the peak or approaching the peak of your powers. So I guess what the question is what do you want to achieve here, both personally and collectively as a team?
Good question. I think for ourselves, I don't think really want to put a limit on it. I think that's something I've kind of learned in my career. When I was in the conference, I wanted to play in League Two, and when you're in League Two, you want to play in League One. You kind of building up, and I think we don't want to settle for anything. We want to really push ourselves to see what we can achieve and really push ourselves to them levels that we've got some high quality players here, high quality manager, support that's unmatched. Why limit ourselves to anything? I think it's important to kind of have that open-mindedness to and that ambition to go as far as we can.
You've seen from afar as well the kind of impact that Eddie Howe had last season on the team and the club after he came in. How much are you looking forward to working with him?
Yeah, of course. Been a top manager for many years, and incredibly difficult job that he came into here, and obviously to kind of turn the season around, if you like, and to finish with the amount of points that we did last year was an unbelievable achievement, and something that shouldn't be that should be spoken about really highly, because it was an incredibly difficult situation to come into, and someone that I've seen from afar and played against from afar, and kind of like the way he sets his teams up, and wants to win football matches and play good football, and score goals and keep clean sheets as well, hopefully. So hopefully be able to help out.
You're an England player, and it's a World Cup year, of course. How much of a added kind of motivation is that, especially for the first few months of the season, to really sort of hit the ground running?
A little bit, I think England's kind of them things that kind of comes around in spells, as it does, 3-4 times a year. So I think for myself, I look forward to kind of hitting the ground running here, and meeting the lads and getting settled in, and being a part of this football club. I think that's kind of more important to me at the minute. And England is something that looks after itself if you're doing the right things for your club. So I think that's how I look at it.
You've obviously committed your future here as well. It's a 4-year deal. That's sort of set in stone now. You know where you're going to be. You know where you're going to be able to progress. So once all that's settled in, how excited do you think you're going to be at the prospect of what might be to come here, and what you might be able to achieve as well? Yeah,
exactly. Like I say, about not limiting myself and my abilities, my ambitions, and the same for a club. I think it's something that is exciting, and is something that you have to look forward to in life and in football. Is how far can you take yourself in your career, and how far can you and your teammates and your club go. I think that's something that is really exciting. Also, I'm at an age now where I've got experience, and I've had the career I've had, but I don't really want to settle for what I've had. Although I'm really proud of what it's took to get here, and I'm really happy with how my career has panned out so far. Obviously, I feel as a goalkeeper, I'm not old, so there's still what I could do from now between now and the end of this contract, and now and the end of my career could really leave a good mark, and I can finish saying that I had a good career, and won trophies, got into Europe, different things. I think that's what as a player, that's what you look for,